Hello, this is Galdoc, and we are playing Factorio again. Right now I am playing space exploration with a couple of quality of life mods, and we have just gotten into the electric age, as it were. I'm saying age now because of Industrial Revolution, thank you Deadlock. But yeah, we are now ready to do some cool stuff. I'm going to set up a couple more of these machines pretty soon here, but not right this very second. Well, did I make some? Oh, I didn't make some. Never mind. Yes, I mean, instead of not this very second, I mean exactly the opposite of that, this very second. All right, so we're just going to set up 4 here. I'm off by 1 here. Boom. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to have these things, let's see, I'll have, change the output here, pull off all the coal. We'll lose power for a moment, and that's okay. But basically, I just want to clear that belt, because what's going to happen is that this belt is actually only going to go in a little bit, and then this belt's going to take over. And I'm leaving myself a bit of room here. It doesn't take too many of these things to fill a yellow belt with nice product, but at the same time, it does take, I think, more than this little area allows for this rock thing here. So we'll have to, at some point, figure out a solution, but not right this second. All right, so let's go ahead and do this. I think I need some long inserters, which I now have, which is pretty sweet. You move over, actually I'll snip you, you move over 1, and then I'll reconnect you. Boom. I knew I was gonna be unable to move that particular pole because the cable is simply too short. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, so let's go ahead and get everybody powered. In fact, let's just move you there. Oh, I need more power poles. I need more cables. I need more copper. Okay. And until I get that copper, this whole operation is done. Oh my. You know, there's a saying, if one of the people in your enterprise can be hit by a bus and everything comes crashing down, then you have a redundancy problem. I think I just had a very similar problem here, but with power poles instead. So let's see, are we consuming enough? Oh yeah, we're good. 4 is more than plenty for this. All right, which is nice here because these little canisters give me a bit more energy stuff here. Oh yes, Factorio is absolutely fantastic. I cannot recommend this highly enough. Yeah, it's one of those things where because you have 18,000 things to do, you go around trying to solve each problem and in turn create all of your other problems. And in doing so, in fixing those and causing more and fixing those and causing more, you create some very interesting gameplay loops. All right, so we are definitely a bit low on iron here, but that's gonna be okay because these things are full. I don't need all those right now. Oh, you're making some delicious belt. I'm gonna steal you. And a couple of loaders, good, good, good. I need some inserters, hook me up, please. And let's see, I'll take some of those and some of those because I'm gonna have to make a whole bunch of machines here. Let's see what we got. I've got burner labs, oh, steel axe. That's because we are stuck in the middle of research. So the way Factorio works is you gotta do research by throwing these little, you can kind of see them, these science packs into some research labs and it will automatically do it, which is great. However, I had to stall production to transfer my base over to a larger format. I'm giving myself plenty of space to grow. However, I am not feeding my current, what are these called, furnaces enough iron ore. So let's go ahead and increase production here. This is why I needed those gears and I forgot to craft them as I was walking, so that's great. Oh well. Let's go ahead and get this started. So it takes a bunch of these things to populate an entire yellow belt. So this thing mines 0.5 resources per second. A yellow belt will transport 15 per second, so that means I need 30. I don't think I'm going to get that right this very second, but that's okay. I can wait for a little bit. But I do need to add in a couple more to, I really just need this iron situation to be less of one of whatever that word is I just said. I always can use a couple more of those. I hate having to manually make these. I need to set up some more automation of these things, but we are not quite ready yet. Because the next thing I'm going to build, once this is done, is actually going to be a science setup, because that just needs to start happening. I'm currently stalled out, and I want to get some of this yummy, yummy stuff down here. All right, so you, and you now exist. Let's give you some power. Oops. Nope. And you. All right. And I'll leave this belt here. I'm not so hard up for belt anymore. So let's see. How are we doing on filling this stuff out? This new iron ore should be percolating this way soon. You know what? Let me just make 2 more. Be on the safe side. Whoa, that's not what I want to make. You stop. I misclicked. Let's see. Yeah, okay, well, they're filling up. 2 more will not hurt, though. So I will eventually need them because I'm just going to have to set those up. There's no way around it. Whoa, that was a mistake. All right, so let's get you and you and you. You are good. And boop. There we go. All right. So that is going, and I'm going to use this belt to my advantage because, yay, I like walking slightly faster. I need a bunch more brick, so I think with that belt I just nabbed from the box, I'm going to actually run a line up here. Now, one of the things that I wanted to do from last time was to take all this iron ore and compress it. The nice thing about it is I created a no man's land here so that I can uncompress it. But the idea is that I will be able to have a yellow belt actually transport 5 times as much stuff as it normally could if I compress things, at least on the belt. So I will be setting that up and playing with that in mind, which means that my bus will drastically change. Normally I like to have 4 lanes of material, but if I'm going to be doing this compressing thing, then I basically can compress all of my iron down to 1 and I think I'll probably end up doing 2 lanes here. So that means 2 lanes of iron ore, 2 lanes of copper ore, not ore, I keep saying ore, plates, iron plates and copper plates, then probably 1 lane of sand and 1 lane of stone. Yeah, good times. Now, here's something that I'm going to show you that's very silly, and there is absolutely no way I'm going to use this in this campaign. I say that vaguely sardonically. But basically, this. What on earth is this monstrosity? Well, this is this is a mall that makes literally every item in this mod pack that was put in by Earendel or the base devs. And the reason I made that is because I wanted to have something to make all of the stuff. So what I'll probably be doing is I'll cannibalize those materials in that blueprint for the purposes of making stuff in another tutorial, but we'll see. Right now, though, let's just continue grabbing some of these materials because holy mackerel, why did I get all that coal? Because I need to get all this stuff going. All right, so let's see. I need miners and probably could use some fuel processors. These things take similar stuff, but miners are just so hard. I am not going to bother automating steam engines or boilers just yet because, frankly, you don't need to. You just handcraft a few. In fact, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, I don't need 9. I need 8. And then I can make all 16 right now while I'm just walking around. 1, 2, 3, 5, 16. Okay. So you guys, it's going to take a little while for you to work, and that's okay. Meanwhile, back at the farm, I am going to, let's see. Yeah, I think all that stuff is just going to be operating fine on its own for a little while. Let's get some stone up here. I really want to bust that in. The thing is that this mod pack really requires you to use stone and stone products. And you might be thinking, well, stone products, that's pretty simple. You just have stone bricks. Well, not really. So this this mod pack introduces the idea of sand being achievable from, what's it called? Crushed stone. And then you get glass from smelting that. So basically, you are in a situation where you have to do all the stuff and bus all the stuff when it comes to stone and stone products. So get ready, get set, it's fun time. So get rid of these things because stupid wooden chests are stupid. And get rid of you. This stone patch is just not that healthy. That is not... Man, it's getting dangerous. That's the one thing about this. I am used to having my patches be much richer than they are in this game. So, oh wow. It's amazing. 2 little things here supplying all this. Nice. Oh, I had 4. I thought I had less than that. Okay, well, I was just going to go for a couple of these. Let's make some pipes. It's going to take a minute for them to exist, and that's all right. I'm actually not going to hook these up just yet, but I want them to sort of just be out of my mind because we are doing pretty well on power right now. Whatever. I'll put you guys in a box so that when it is time, I can just keep on going here. So you process that fuel. Actually, I don't even think I need to do you anymore. You can just stop existing. Yeah. Your existence is now canceled. I, however, am going to move you down here because the reason you exist is because I want you to never, ever, ever run out of power, no matter what happens. Because if this thing runs out of power, this thing runs out of power. Now, for those of you who have played Factorio before, you may wonder, what on earth am I talking about? That's an offshore pump, you fool. Yes, that is an offshore pump. And guess what? It requires power now. Not much. Not much. But just enough that you have to have one of these burner turbine generators around for if everything else just goes kaput, because otherwise you have to jumpstart your factory. And, well, this is the jump starter. So, there we go. That's looking pretty good. So let's go ahead and get that stone belted in. Need some miners. Let's get a couple of those made. You know what? I actually don't need that many. Let's make just 1, 2, 3, 4. I bet that'll be enough. So if we take it easy on that, then it won't be too bad, because what happens next is, well, if you sit here and you overdo this, then that patch is going to be gone too quickly, and I will not have made enough product. Yeah, it's a big mess. I'm going to set up another one of these things. Let's see. You come with me and live there. And then you come with me, and you stop being a thing. I am going to put you here. This is going to stop production for just a moment up there. That is A-okay because, well, progress is as progress does. Oh man, you take like forever to mine. Let's just move you. Okay, 1, 2. And I will actually make 2 more just in case. 1, 2. So the other thing is I have to be very careful because these are going to march down here. Yes, I will be replacing these lanes at some point, but hopefully with similar materials. Copper, I can probably get away with like 4 things here, but whatevs. Right now, I have 1 task in front of me, and I'm just going to accomplish what's needed to fix it. So put those there and there. There, actually, there and there. Let's make 4 more of these. I should probably have that automated up there too. Boom, boom. And actually, oops, you shouldn't be there. You're 1, 2 over. Boom, boom. And the reason I say that is because, well, guess what? These things you're going to output onto this belt here, which would have been in the way. Boom, 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 boom. Grab you here, grab you, and you. All right, so now let's reconnect this thing up here. And let's actually, for right now, just go ahead and, oops, come on. I'm getting like walked around by my belt. Oh, you need one more. Let's go ahead and gobble up all this coal. Ah, that's how I got the coal earlier. Yeah, well, all right. Let me just stand here for a moment. All right, so once I get all this coal, we should be all done. All right, that looks good. So now we're going to start getting, well, you know, I really don't think it's going to be a problem if all that coal is there. So, you know what? Never mind. Get in there. Do what you do best. You crazy diamond, you. Let's get rid of this. All right, and you. Flop. Okay. Probably should have technically processed that, but I do not care. Let's make some more of these boards because that wood is otherwise useless. Let's put you in something. Can't reach, and that's probably full of coal. It is. So guess what? You are no longer full of coal. Everything just settle down. Yeah, there. All right, so now I have the miners that I wanted. And that's the other thing about this game, is that you get all sorts of distracted. What set of mods is this? Sorry, I didn't see the question. The set of mods is the space exploration set, and everything else Earendel has made. Just to sort of have a, I don't want to say purist, because this isn't quite that, but you know, I want to see what the experience that he wanted to make was. But I've also included a couple of quality of life mods, like you can see Bottleneck is creating that green dot. I've also got things like, what's it called? I don't know, just a couple of, like even distribution. Just a couple of things, nothing like long reach. I'm going to wait until I get bots in order to do that. So yeah, good times. Let's put you back down, and let's go ahead and get this started. We've got miners, and you guys are going to be getting that sweet, sweet stone. All right, so 1, 2, 1, 2. That'll be good. Let's go ahead and just run some power over here. It always works out that I have to, in the beginning of the game, use these dinky little power poles, and that is okay, but still makes me always a little bit... it feels good to upgrade this stuff. Let me just say it that way. Come on, there we go. So now that's going, and what I'm gonna do, so my miners are all the way up there, and I bet I can just get rid of these trees by hand faster than it would take me to actually get the miner, drive it all the way back here, or even just ask it to come all the way back here, because invariably it will drive over everything in its merry quest to do what I told it to. So let's go ahead and just clear this area out, because what I want to do is I want to have probably about right. You know what? I'll just put it right under here. I can very easily snip those. Everything is going to get snipped up there anyways. I'm just going to, I was originally going to put some more copper lines there, but meh. Yeah, they're actually, they're good. This is almost my second playthrough. I don't want to oversell how well I did in the previous playthrough, because I never made it to space. I got to the very point where I have all the stuff needed to do the space exploration thing, and then I was like, I wish I had built this better. Let me just start over again. And that's pretty much how Factorio goes. You come up with some ideas. That's not what I wanted to do. You come up with ideas on how to do things better, and you know, you tell yourself that's exactly what I'm going to do the next time. Well, then next time comes and you're like, I'm never going to do anything because I am planning. All I'm doing is planning. So there is a such thing as thinking too hard. There's also a such thing as not being able to put belt on the ground. I seem to suffer from that malady. All right, so let's go ahead and do this. So I'm just going to copy and paste. Boop. And boop. Let's get rid of these two things here. Actually, probably just get rid of all three of those. Yeah, I don't need to copy and paste that over again. Oh, I guess I did need to get rid of those. Just that one. Okay, so you don't need to go so high up there. Here we go. Yeah, the challenges that are present in this mod pack are interesting. I'm not sure how I feel about the addition of motors, but they certainly make sense from a how does this thing actually operate in the world sense. But it definitely complicates the making of all of the intermediates and stuff, because you know, normally you just belt some gears somewhere if you need them, but these things are gears and plates. So you have a belt of gears and a belt of these? Not really. But then you have a third one that requires those and copper cable. So these two things create something of a logistic nightmare, because in order to actually set up something of any note, you really have to go and you know, make a bunch of lanes for all the intermediates. I'm not going to lane either the iron sticks or the iron gear wheels. Those are just going to be made on site, but I am going to be making a whole thing that makes motors and electric motors in the same way that you might do something that makes electric circuits and in the later game, advanced circuits. So let's go ahead and just copy, how much do I need? This is stones. This is not going to be very heavy. I'll just copy this. That'll be good. Boom. So let's go ahead and construct this up. I think I have enough materials, but we will find out. Go ahead and slap these down so I can just do this little common trick with laying these down really quickly. And screw it up. That's also part of it. Like, I've completely determined that as many people as I have seen try to do this little lay all four down at once, I have seen as many screw it up. So we are all nothing but humans, replete with all the flaws that come with the rest of them. Well, maybe not all of them. Anyways, so where is this going to go? So again, I was actually thinking that I'm going to have my copper belt go in here. So really quick, before I get too deep into my bus, let's just go ahead and fix this one little issue here. And this is a bit crazy, but you know what? That's the name of the game. There we go. So now let's just snip all this. Of course, this is going to take like a minute. I am actually walking on the belt to have me walk just a tiny bit faster. It's little tiny savings like that that really make the Factorio worthwhile. Or something. Anyways, so here is where that belt ought to be. Yep. Hey, I got it right for once. Let's go ahead and do this. Blop. 1, 2. You know, let's actually do an undergroundy thing here. Boop and boop. And then have you just roll right on out there. And then you continue forward because I am going to need you very shortly. So then let's do a brick throughput here. So there's a lot of upgrades that come to your factory with these packs. And the one in particular that I'm thinking of is actually not one that was a pure, what's it called? A pure Earendel mod. That's actually made by Deadlock, who just recently released, what's it called? Industrial Revolution. It's nice. I've played a little bit of it, and I'm not doing a playthrough of it right now because I want to do space exploration. But essentially the one I'm thinking of right now that I added is actually not that, but one he made prior called stacking belt boxes and loaders. So the idea is that I can take these plates and ores and bricks and all that stuff, and I can stack it with these things that basically take them and make little bundles of 5 of them. Now, it doesn't change how much they stack to in your inventory. So if you make bundles of 5 iron plates, you still can only stack those up to 20. So you have 100 per tile, essentially, of your inventory. But on the belt, it does make a big difference. So it's going to allow me to compress what I've got down a lot more. All right, so this is coming up. We are doing good. Okay, so now let's go ahead and, you know, I'll eventually tear the science setup I'm about to make down, but that's just because I think it's going to end up being in the way. But that's okay. This is, again, just getting it done right now. So let's make our rudimentary science setup. I'm going to need a whole bunch of you. So for it, actually, you know what? I have intermediates being made, so you just hold your horses there, mister. Also, I think I'm going to make another one of these that's just making copper cable because I am starting to need a whole bunch of it. I think it's just to make the the electric motors. Yeah, that's pretty much all it's for. I also have gears being made, so again, just settle down. Let's get some gears. Oh, 100. You actually filled up too, didn't you? Let's make 200. Let's really make this convenient for me. Get some more of those, get some more of those. Ah, such good stuff. Let's get almost all of those, not quite. And you are gonna, I'll get rid of you later. I'm getting way too many electric poles. Let me put some of these back. Yeah, that's good, doesn't matter. And I also don't want this iron stick, so go in there. All right, I have a lot of motors. Good gravy. Okay. Let's make a bunch more burner labs while we're doing this. So I'm just going to set up the very basics here when it comes to making the, what's it called, the red science area. So we're just going to go ahead and start here. Let's see. So that's just going to be a mall area. And at some point I'll expand out the... Sorry, I'm having a couple of thoughts at the same time. I may end up making that into something more, but I don't think I'm going to expand out in this direction. So let's go ahead and just do some stuff. Coming out about this far, looks good. So I'm going to bring the iron up on this side of it, and it will output the gears here. And the iron plate will just come up and actually side load onto that. So I'll do this. And I'll just have this outputting there. You make gears. Oops, not that. You make gears. And then you input here. And that'll be good. All right, so then, because I want to actually be able to upgrade this later, I'll just leave a little, I'll make another crafter here, but it doesn't have to be too crazy because, again, this is just semi-temporary. So what I'm going to do here is actually have these over on this side. These are the red science makers. Actually, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and overbuild it a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go ahead and just set this up as a red science. There we go. Miss not having long reach. You just sort of like drag it across and it's like done. AAI industry. Yeah, that one's the one that actually adds most of the just essentially the complication. So if you had AAI industry in your Bob's Angels pack, then you're probably pretty familiar with what you would need to know to at least get started with this. For me, that was actually a pretty strong learning curve. But that being said, I am told that being able to go into space is quite a joy, and I am hecka excited. If you're wondering why I'm saying things like heck, it's because I's a dad, and that means that I say dad stuff. All right, let's see, boom, and then boom. So this can just skip across there. I'll just add a thing later. But here we go. And then let's put some path here just because I want it. And then you're going to come up here. Let's get some power. Boom. And some power. And let's actually just... I don't know if I'm going to... What in the doodly-doo have I done? I did this wrong. Oh, me, oh my. Okay, so, yep. Let's see, so... Yep, I'll just do it this way, and we'll pretend that didn't happen. We're going to pretend super hard. It's like I can just feel the pretending right now. It's so hard. Okay, so now that I've not made that mistake and it was perfectly flawlessly executed without any disputes from anyone, let's go ahead and continue. So actually, I'm going to fan this out. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1, can't reach it. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Let's see if I counted right, because I'm not sure I did. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1. Hey, I did count right. Good. That is absolutely true. I really do like Bob's Angels. I think that there are some things that I might change a little bit, but I don't want to sit here and be like, I'm more correct than other people who, whatever. It's like, please, I hate it when people tell me that I'm playing my video game wrong, or more precisely, enjoying my video game wrong. You can tell me I'm not being optimal, but yeah, I'm having the fun that I want to be having right now. Let's see, here we go. Come on. I am so bad at life. Okay, there we go. There we go. All right, so let's get you rolling. I'm going to have some greens on the other side. Hey, I can still reach. Good. I'm going to have some greens on the other side, and for right now, I am just going to throw down a bunch of these. These are going to come up in a little bit, and for right now, that's fine. You know what I could do? Let's see. Let's just take a look here. These things take 6 seconds, 10 seconds to make 2 of those, so it's still 5. So it's still going to be the same number of things here. So yeah, I might just curl this around. Again, this is just the burner setup, so who cares? And I'm not even going to bother belting it in. I'm just going to have it end there and just put in a whole bunch of inserters because I don't want to mess with this. Yes, that is exactly correct. There's efficient and less than efficient. And as far as having fun, you're completely on the money. I agree with you. Yeah, I'm not going to get these things that close. I don't need to get them that close. These are going to be upgraded to, what's it called, pretty soon here. The electric labs. But I haven't done the research for that. And this is part of being able to do that research. So here we go. Whoa, that's wrong. And do. And guess what? It was doot, in case you didn't guess. Okay. However, these are they're burner labs. So I'm going to make you into some boards, or you into some electronic circuits, because that's all wood is good for. But it looks like I need to go get some actual coal. Ugh. That's okay. I actually do need to belt coal because it gets used here and there. So maybe I will. The thing is, I can't really belt fuel. I can belt fuel, but I don't think that I have too much of a reason to. Belting fuel. Oh, are there parts of my ship I didn't? Okay. So when you start the game, you land in a shipwreck, and you're supposed to pick up all the parts, unless you're like me and you just missed a few. All right, so let's get some coal. I have too many materials on me right now. Production is actually a thing that I'm going to have to follow very carefully in this. Usually you follow it very carefully no matter what, but my resources are fairly limited in this map, so that is merely going to enhance my dedication to being careful and not too spendthrifty with my materials. So here we go. Let's go ahead and put some coal in here. Oh, we got a nice little backup here. That'll just start going right away, won't it? Boop. Boop. And then doot. And doot. Okay. Very good. So now we got steel axe coming up, which means things will mine more quickly, which I like. Oh, hey, it helps if I put input and output inserters here. In case you didn't know, it's like when you're playing Super Mario Brothers. Pushing the jump button helps you jump. Just in case you didn't know. The more you know. Rainbow Star. All right. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. By the way, how's the audio in this? Like, I can't tell if how's my voice in comparison to the sound effects and all that. Are the sound effects too loud? Are they too soft? Is my voice too loud, too soft? What do you think? Meanwhile, I'm going to... What the heck was I doing? Oh yeah, this. Yeah, electric labs. Let's just get that done. Get her done. Now that I've got steel, I can really start doing some fun things. Engines unlock all sorts of happy things, like the cars and the railways. That sounds good? Oh, good. Thank you. Let's see. What next? Well, I really do want to start getting some of this stuff, but it might be too early. My level of production is still low, but it is modular enough that I can increase it pretty quickly. Let's get a little quality of life stuff before I get too crazy here. These things are cheap and very fast. Definitely want this. And let's just get this off my radar. These take up almost no space, so we're going to get a couple of researches done really quickly, and that's okay. Let's see, how are we doing here? Everything's full, everything's full. Okay, so let's actually, how much is it going to take me to make some belt boxes? Let's see, where are you? You're here, belt boxes. You require a bunch of stuff. Okay, so what we are going to do is, again, this area is going to eventually turn into making intermediates. And this, including this little science area that I'm setting up here. So this is going to be very, very happy soon here. I think, you know, I'm very tempted to actually use that insane, crazy thing. I did make it. And all. Whew, it's so big. It's so crazy. Like, why are there so many things? The problem, of course, is that without the actual things being researched, this thing will actually just sit here and languish. But you know what? That's going to be part of the fun. So let's just get green and red researches going, and then we'll see what happens from there. In the meantime, I would like to set up what? Let's get some, well, it might be time to start doing some glass processing. So I need sand for concrete and glass. I think that's the only two things sand gets used for. So let's check sand. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Oh, okay, it's not too bad. Oh, the ampersand. I get it. Yep, glass and concrete. So I don't need to actually bus the sand. What I really need to bus is the glass and the concrete, but the concrete's going to get made off on the side. So let's see. I've got one brick line going here, and that'll be fine. The last thing I'll have down here is a glass setup, so that'll mean I need to set up a couple more miners. So let me get a couple more miners. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yay, I have enough materials that it's not actually a problem. Let's see, go here and here, here and here. So what I'll do is I'll just double the production here, and I will split it off. So let's see, let's go ahead and add in this again. Actually, is that still my, nope. Let's see, quit doing the, oh my goodness gracious. Control C, there we go. You know what? Boom, let's just take the whole thing. Here we are, do that. These two things need to go. That's gonna go a different direction. So let's do this. That pole will be in the way, but I can just move that there. And let's do this. Boom, got it. Do this. Get all these things set up. So you are just going to do this. And then here we go. And here we go down the middle. And you go up here. And you go over here. And then some of you. Oh, 10. I need to make 2 more of these for right now. In fact, just go ahead and make a whole butt ton. Oh, wait, I did it wrong. I'm just making another stone line. I need to make something else. Instead of stone, I need to make sand. Blah. You've got to be kidding me. Because these steam engines are going to come up here. They're going to start encroaching on that, and everything's turned off. Okay, first off, let's get this going again. You, turn on. Okay, so instead of that, what I'll do, so get you going back up here. Get all these things out of here. I didn't put any inserters down, so there's no real problem. So what I'll do is I will actually have a split off early on, and I'll process it right here in this little area because this is going to be essentially the bottom of my smelting stuff. So I'm going to get the last thing of this type that I need smelted, and that's going to be this. So let's think. If I'm going to do one full yellow belt, and I know I'm thinking in terms of yellow belts right now, I'll upgrade to red and stuff, and that'll cause some fun logistic issues. So what I'm going to calculate real quick is how do I make sand. So 1 stone turns into 2 sand in half a second. Well, that consumes pretty darn quickly. So that means I'm getting 4 sand per second, and that means that a yellow belt will be filled up within 3.25 of these little inserter things if it was running at full tilt. However, this is only running at half tilt. Crafting speed is 0.05. So that means we're really looking at 6.5, so 7. So let's go ahead and just set up 7 of you little guys here. Yep. So you need to come up here, and then I need you to stay right. Yeah, in half a second, I can't justify using slower than fastest inserters. So I am going to actually do another splitting of this, which seems absolutely silly, but you know, you do what you got to do to make it in life. So we're going to come up one side here. Boom. Oops. Put that down. And then you are going to go up. Nope. Here we go. And how far up will you need to go? Here, here. And then I'm going to just load in here. You know what? Actually, let me move these over one just because I'll put in this pole here. Actually, you move back and you move over there. Here we go. Now we're talking. So, boom, boom. All right, now we're getting somewhere. All right, get sand being made. Let's connect you to power. Put something running down the middle. I'm actually going to extend it out all the way just because I'm going to use this for a blueprint. What did I say? I needed 6.5, so 7. I'll just put 8 because I think later on in the game I am going to really need to... Oh, you're in the wrong spot. I'm going to need to overcompensate just a little bit because I don't think it's just as simple as a multiplication by 2 in terms of this is a yellow belt transporting 15 items, and I think a red belt transports 30, so I would have to have a doubled production speed as well in order to fully satisfy that. Oh wow, all of that simple stuff just happened. Okay, you know what? I'm thinking about other things. You just research that. Let's see. So I think I'll just overbuild it a little tiny bit here, and we should be good. All right. So now that's giving me. You got to be kidding me. That's going to run into the thing here. So I guess the thought then is that I could just have it be one-sided and then do a looping bit. The loopy bit. All right. Loopy bit coming up. So what am I talking about loopy bit? Am I talking about me because I'm very tired? I might be, but I'm not. What I'm referring to is I'm going to take these things and load it out. Yeah, that's true. The problem is that I am very, very, very guilty of overbuilding to the point where I actually screw up the game because I'm unable to meet the demands with the resources that I have. So I have to be very careful about that. Okay, so what next? You know what? I don't need programmable structures right now, but let's do it. Let's have a blast. There we go. There we go. And there, oh, you stop. And there, oh, there we almost go. And the thing I was talking about earlier, oh, you should just stop doing that. You just need to cool it with that there. The bit that I was talking about earlier is just going to be this thing here. So we're going to loop you down here. Here we go. Boop, boop, and boop. Boopity boop. And then you need to be reconnected. I am still going to have you tee off like this because I want exactly half of you to go here. I don't want to have to sit here and wonder why the production got messed up. Okay, and see, that still gives me one little tile here in between. Quite the margin of error, if I do say so myself. And I don't. Oh my gosh, are you already done? Oh yes, research that thing there. It's great, fantastic. I can't wait. I am with bated breath awaiting the arrival of the next programmable structure that I will not use. Not that it's not useful, but oh my goodness gracious, you do not want to sit here and watch me program that stuff. Yeah, that's rather a thing. All right, here we go. Perfect. Okay, so that will occur. Why are you not? I pointed that the wrong way. Oh, I am tired. Okay, there we go. So now we have sand turning into glass, which is good. Why stone on the sand line? Because I screwed up. I think I addressed that. You're right. I probably just am reading that comment very late. Sorry. All right, so I think I actually need to have stone on the bus. That's the thing. So like stone gets used in the weirdest places. Let's go ahead and do, you know what? Give me some trash logistics slots. I like it. I forget which mod gives me that. I think it's one of the picker mods. I don't know. I need to put stone on the thing because look, the repair packs use stone. In fact, let's go ahead and just take a quick look at what uses stone. Stone. Oh my good lord, they had to make stone plates. I gotta scroll through all this. Oh, woe is me. All right, here we go. So rail, yep, I need those. Landfill, yup, it's gonna go on the bus. You do need stone furnaces, and it's dumb. I don't want to say it's dumb. No, it's not. Perhaps I'm being unkind, but you need stone furnaces in order to make steel furnaces, which I don't understand. If you would just make a steel furnace, you would be like, hey, it's steel. Make it out of steel. Oh, no worries. I understand. Mobile, and also my connection is probably not the best in the universe. So, yeah, I understand. The other problem is that I just don't look over at the chat as often as I should because, as I said, I am still a nascent streamer. All right, in fact, there we go. Much more comfortable. Oh no, there's water right here and I don't have landfill. Oh, well, that's it. No way to surmount this challenge. I guess the game's over. Lol, just kidding. Wow, my red setup is going pretty swiftly. You know what? Give me that engine right there, because I think I can get a mining vehicle Mark II. Yep, let's go ahead and have you going, and I guess let's just do this. Boop. And hello, cat. You are now messing up all the stuff. I love you. Hello. You know, purr, or, you know, actually meow. You say hi? No, you're not going to say hi? Okay. Nascent, yes, as in I'm a neophyte. I am new to it. I am perhaps being waxing a bit metaphorical or whatever. But yeah, essentially, I am new to this. Here we go. Here we go. Yeah, that looks jank. Don't care. Hang on, let's check the carometer for readings. Negatives? How did that possible? How did that possible? Cat, how did that possible? Oh, you're nuzzling my mic. That's fantastic. I am so sorry to everyone who just wondered what that was. That was my cat being like, I would like a love, and demanding it, and just kind of taking a love. You go over here. Doo, doo, doo. And you just drooled all over me. Ah, yes. I am full of vocab words, so yay, things no one ever really wanted. All right, ooh, I'm out of those. Let me go get some stuff. All right, now that I got that set up, I'm feeling pretty good. I like these loaders. I like these loaders a lot. That means I'm going to get my stacking belt box thing set up here. And I don't need any more motors, but I do need some electric motors. So you know what? Plop and plop. Oh, I can't. There's no more ploppage. Ugh. What's going on here? Are you just not outputting enough? You know what? It's like output Christmas here. You know what? I think you're slow enough that you're... Can you keep up? Let's see if this number goes down. 4, 5, 6, 4. Nope, it's still getting held up. So guess what? You get 3 outputs. My goodness gracious, look at you. 3 inserter outputs. I don't think I need that because I don't think this can keep up. Oh well. Anyways, get some gears, and we have all sorts of stuff. Let's get you, and let's get a whole bunch of you because good gravy. So I'm about to really, oops, thank you for nuzzling my mic again. Oh, you were just determined to get some love. Okay, well, get some love. I'm currently muffling myself by talking into my cat. There we go. And yet, it continues to nuzzle me. All right, you, I'll tell you what, why don't you go to the top of the chair like you usually like to perch? There you go. There you go. All right. Yep, you can just stay up there. All right, sorry about the delay. I've been feeling it, and she comes right back. Okay, well, if you're going to do this, then I'm going to put you down here, because I need to do stuff. I love you. You get love from me all day long. All right, so, yeah, I really want green science up and running, so let's get some more assembling machines made, now that I've got all these wonderfully delicious mats. And let's actually just set up the... Oops, nope. You know what? I'm feeling good today. We're gonna copy and paste this whole thing. All right, and there you go. And I will just change the recipe over because that's fine. Doot. Okay. Hold on one sec. Here we go. Sorry, that was the cat really trying to nuzzle me. There we go. Boop. And one more. I'm going to need a couple more of these just in general, but certainly in the very near future. So let's set you up to be green science. Oh, green science is coming up next. Okay, whatever. I can set this up still. So I need to make, I think green science is made the same way. You put in a belt and an inserter, and then get a science pack. I don't know how it turns into a liquid. I don't think anyone knows how it turns into a liquid, but it is now part of the mystique of Factorio. So let's see, what am I going to do? I need to make some, well, belt is easy. That's just an iron line, although now it's like 3 things long instead of just 2. How many do I need to feed this? Let's see, a logistic science pack takes 10 seconds to make, but it makes 2 of them. But it also requires 2 belts, so that really means that it's consuming one of those every 5 seconds. But I'm going to basically have 10 of these things going because I want 1 green science pack per second. So, or sorry, it consumes 1 per 5 seconds. So it'll consume 1 per second if I just set that up. Is that right? Yeah, it consumes one belt per second and 1/2 of an inserter per second. If I have 10 of these things going, which is why I'm saying it that way. Well, no, that doesn't make any sense. If I have 10 going, it consumes 2 belts and 1 inserter. I'm making this way too complicated. Okay, so yeah, I'm very tired. So what we'll do, let's have a belt going up here, and you're going to have 2 inputs. And in fact, I'll tell you what, I'm actually not going to give myself any extra space here, which is not usual for me, but I'm just going to have these things. Let's see. Well, let me give myself a little extra space. So what I need to do, maybe not that much. What I need to do is I need to have something that makes belts on one side and inserters on the other. Inserters aren't too bad. No, they're pretty bad. What's the setup I have over here? Yeah, that's about what you need in order to make these things. These 5 contraptions here. All right, well, I guess we're going to research nothing for right now. That's fine. So let's just see what how many of these I strictly need to make, because this was never meant to be working terribly efficiently. It was just meant to get something done, so I can go in here and be like boop and boop, which I'm doing currently. It does in fact require you to say the word boop while doing it. That's like a fact. All right. So let's see. You are, in fact, I can just look in the thing here. You make 1 per half second, so that requires 2 per second. But that's actually kind of nice, because though I'm consuming 1 of these per second with the setup I'm making, I can actually produce twice that amount here. So whatever, 1 per... I can slow this down, essentially, is what I'm saying, by half. That's requiring 1 motor and 1 iron stick. 1 iron stick, 1 thing of iron sticks comes out per half second. So again, if I just feed this straight through, the inputs match the outputs. Let's look at the iron motor. 0.6. Ah, you jerk. Why is it 0.6? Why not just make it 0.5? Okay, and then that as well. Okay, And that's 0.8. Oh, glorious. So if I just make 1 and 1, in fact, so I guess what I'm seeing here is that if I set this up just as I have it here, essentially, it'll still work to produce enough of these inserters. It's nowhere near just as simple as it is in the normal vanilla game, but that's partially because I'm not actually making my intermediates yet because I'm being bad. Boop or meep. True story. True story. All right. So let's get you making, I guess you'll have iron coming on this side, and you'll output here, and then probably meet up with something right about, let's see, we'll have you meet up here, boom, and have you head down there. And I'm going to have you output here, so you're the belt, and then you're being fed a motor, which is right here, and you are being fed a gear. You require 2 input things, 1, 1, and everyone requires iron plate. So that should be good. Let's go ahead and link you up to power. In fact, actually, let me do this. Do it on that side. This one, I don't think it really matters because I have an input and output inserter. All right, so let's just get this fed while I am here. Oh, great, I'm out of belt. All right, well, I did make a ton. And a metric ton, not a regular ton. I don't know, whatever. Oh yeah, oh there's a whole bunch. That's just, it's like belt Christmas. And what's ironic is I'm making belt to set up a belt construction array. It's like this factory is making itself. Yeah, that's not new to anyone who's played Factorio for even 18 seconds. Well, maybe 18 seconds, I suppose that is pretty short. All right, so let's line you up. Oops. Boom, boom, and get you going. In fact, you know what? I'm going to take a moment and grab some brick flooring here, so I just want to be able to run back and forth more quickly. All right, that's looking pretty good. That's going to start producing. And now that I have the correct recipe, I can come in here and just set this up. And of course I miss, because you know what? It's hard. Life is hard. Being an adult is hard and nobody understands. All right, so then you are going to be the output for the, what's it called? The inserter. And you are going to actually, you're going to output in this direction. Do you need any iron? No. So what does need iron? So let's see. Oh, I forget. I know you do. You require the iron stick. Where are you, stick? Boom. So you require just the motor and the stick. Let's see. So I think what I'll do, in point of fact, is I'm going to set up another setup like this with the motor a little further down the line. Let's see. So I'll have the stick being made over here. I'll have the motor being made here. And I'll have this being made there. And then this inserter will be made there. And I will just belt it down to this yellow guy here and just deal with the fallout because I don't feel like making this too crazy complicated. Complicated. I'll just do this because nothing's really require me to compress this too much. Okay, so you need to be fed here, and then you need to be fed here. In fact, let's give you 2. And then you're going to output like this all the way down here. Oops. In fact, let me just do this. I'll have you output to here. Now, I also need regular motors to be made for the next thing this thing requires, which is electric motors. So to make electric motors is going to be a very similar process. I'm just going to have these come down here because I don't feel like taking any more space going in the other direction. I need more of you. Because I don't feel like going up anymore. Instead, I'm just going to build out in this direction. So here we go. There you go. Let's build some stuff. We got some gears. We got some motors. Now we're cooking. So then you are going to feed the... Yep, we're just going to bring that up a little bit further because I don't feel like doing too much overbuilding. Let's see. Boom. You are a that, and you are a this. And you guys, by your powers combined, you will feed this thing all the way down here. There is almost certainly a more efficient way to do this. I just need this to get done. And there we go. So you need copper. So what I could do actually is just side load copper on one side here, because this is going to be fine if this belt is full, pretty much no matter what I do. So I think I might actually do that. So let's, doesn't really matter what side I put this on. What I can do is just do this. There we go, and let's just eat all this. Eat. I keep saying eat. All of my metaphors today are like about food. Dieting. All right, let's go ahead and do that. And then you can just like curve over here, and guess what? In you go. Now, if I remember correctly, this thing complained about not having enough outputs, and I bet you would complain too. So you know what? Stop complaining. And you need another input, and I think we're good. All right, so that should be producing pretty soon here. And what I want you to do, oh, I'm off by a tile. Story of my life. Okay, let's do this. Boom, boom, and have you output here. Move you out here. There you go. Here we are. And I think that'll do it. What would you get off here? And of course, it's not doing it because what did I forget? You require... Oh. Yeah, that like is a thing. Okay, but we got these burner inserters going. Now we got electric gears going. And then we got this going. And we actually are about to get some green science going, which is good because it is 1 hour and 2 minutes. How much time do I have in Factorio? Well, that's hard to say. The reason I say that is because while Steam says 1900 hours, that also includes like days where I'll just play Factorio for a few minutes, leave the computer on and just go to work and then come home. So yeah, that's quite an inflated number. However, I would say I have a fair bit. I've been playing since version 0.12, which if memory serves was about 4 years ago. No, man, I guess it was 5 years ago. That was back in 2014. So I haven't been playing consistently that entire time because I would, okay, I've had my fill of this game, time to do something else. I would do that a couple of times. But other than that, I think I've had 3 major stints with this game, and this is the 3rd that I'm in right now. Yeah. So you need to not be there. There we go. So now it's time to actually get some green research. But unfortunately, that is all the time we have for this episode today. We've actually gone past the 1 hour mark by just a little bit. So thank you for joining me. I do appreciate it. And I hope you will have a wonderful day. Take care, and I will see you later.